Characteristics of natural wood is an fibrous tissue found in many plants. It has been used for centuries, ice not fuel, and as a construction material. It is composed of two natural composite of cellulose fibers, which are strong in tensio, embedded in a matrix of lignin. Lignin resists compression. WMD is produced as secondary xylem in the stems of trees. In a living tree, it transfers water and nutrients to the leaves and other growing tissues. It has a support function, enabling woody plants to reach large sizes or to stand up for themselves. Formation: wood is yielded by trees. A tree increases in diameter by the formation of new woody layers between the existing wood and the inner bark. It envelops the entire stem, living branches, and roots. Technically, this is known as secondary growth. Secondary growth takes place by the cell division in the vascular cambium, a lateral meristem, and subsequent expansion of the new cells. What are growth rings? In some areas like Pakistan, there are clear seasons. Here, growth can occur in a discrete annual or seasonal pattern, leading to growth rings. These rings can be clearly seen on the end of a log. These are also visible on the other surfaces. If these seasons are annual, these growth rings are called as annual rings. Where there is no seasonal difference, growth rings may be indistinct or absent. In some cases, there are differences within a growth ring. Wood is divided into two types on the basis of type of growth rings. Growth rings are early wood or spring wood. The part of a growth ring nearest the center of the tree arc formed early in the growing season. Growth is rapid during these seasons. They are composed of wider elements. It is lighter in color than that near the outer portion of the ring. It is known 3 as early wood or spring wood, late wood or summer wood. The outer portion formed later in the season is then known as fir, late wood or sumina wood. What are wood? Knots. A knot is a particular type of imperfection in a piece of wood. It will affect the technical properties of the wood. It makes the wood imperfect, but knots may be exploited for artistic effect. In a longitudinally sawn plank, a knot will appear as a roughly circular solid piece of wood. The grains of the rest of the wood flow around this piece of wood. Within a knot, the direction of the wood, grain direction, is up to 90 degrees different from the grain direction of the regular wood. Hard and soft woods. There is a strong relationship between the properties of wood and the properties of the particular tree that yielded it. For every tree species, there is a range of density for the wood it yields. There is a rough correlation between density of a wood and its strength, mechanical properties. For example, mahogany is a medium dense hardwood. It is excellent for fine furniture crafting, making it useful for model building. The densest wood may be black ironwood. It is common to classify wood as either softwood or hardwood. A. The wood from conifers, e.g., pine, is called softwood. B. The wood from dicotyledons, usually broad-leaved trees, e.g., oak, is called hardwood. These names are a bit misleading, as hardwoods are not necessarily hard, and softwoods are not necessarily soft. The well known balsa, a hardwood, is actually softer than any commercial softwood. Conversely, some softwood, e.g., yew, are harder than many hardwoods. Heartwood and sapwood are heartwood. Heartwood or xylem is wood that as a result of tylosis become more resistant to decay. Tylosis is the deposition of chemical substances, a genetically programmed process. Once heartwood formation is complete, the heartwood is dead. Some uncertainty still exists as to whether heartwood is truly dead, as it can still chemically react to decay organisms. Usually, heartwood looks different In that case, it can be seen on a cross section. Heartwood may or may not be much darker than living wood. It may or may not be sharply distinct from the sapwood. However, other processes such as decay can discolor wood, even in woody plants. The term heartwood derives from its position and not from any vital importance to the tree. A tree can thrive with its heart completely decayed. B. Sapwood. Sapwood is the younger, outermost wood. In the growing tree, it is living wood. Its principal functions are to conduct water from the roots to the leaves. It also store up and give back according to the season the reserves prepared in the leaves. All xylem tracheids and vessels have lost their cytoplasm and the cells are therefore functionally dead in sapwood. All wood in a tree is first formed as sapwood. The more leaves a tree bears and the more vigorous its growth, the larger the volume of sapwood required. Hence, trees making rapid growth in the open have thicker sapwood for their size than trees of the same species growing in dense forests. Sometimes trees grown in the open may become of considerable size, 30 centimeters or more in diameter, before the formation of heartwood. Some species begin to form heartwood very early in life. Therefore, they have only a thin layer of live sapwood. But in others, the change comes slowly. Thin sapwood is characteristic of such species as chestnut, black locust, mulberry, Osage orange, and sassafras, but it is thick in maple, ash, hickory, hackberry, beech, and pine.